everybody. Welcome to another exciting edition of your Wednesday news feed when it comes to all things geeky and comic book related. Here at the Omnibus Collectors Network is another installment of Omnibros Live. I am your boy Gio from A Week in Geekdom, and I'm joined by a wonderful friend, Comics Guide 101 himself. Lou, how you doing, buddy?
What's up, man? How's it going?
I am doing well. Sorry that we started a little bit late. I wanted to space out the episodes before for the stuff that was airing before this stream, but here we are nonetheless. Um, Thank you to everybody in the chat for joining. And let me quickly remind you that today's episode is sponsored and brought to you by the wonderful folks at InStockTrades.com. IST, as we like to say, where you can get your favorite collected editions, whether it be an omnibus, a hardcover, a manga, trade paperback, absolutes, whatever it may be. When it comes to collected editions, you got to check out IST, InStockTrades.com. Up to 50% off and discounts. And if you order $50 or more in said order, well, you get free shipping. Fantastic customer service and wonderful packaging at InStockTrades.com. Wonderful sponsor. And speaking of things that are wonderful and awesome, why don't you tell the fine folks about the Patreon for Omnibros?
Right. So the Patreon, for $5 a month, you get the campfire, which is basically when me and Gabe sit down through a Zoom conference, and you are invited at the $5 a month level to join us in a Zoom conference where we pretty much just shoot the shit. There is no filter. We talk about topics that we probably shouldn't talk about. We talk about stuff we probably shouldn't talk about, but it all goes during the Patreon, and you're free to ask us whatever you want to ask us. That is at the $5 level. Currently, we are at about $78 a month right now, with quite a few subscribers on Patreon.
Nice.
Last time we did a show, we had about 8 people on the show. Not only that, you also get access to the archive of all the Patreon videos that we do. So if you enjoy that content, the content that we provide here for the cost of a cup of coffee, you get an extra show a month. Gabe and I have toyed around with the idea of maybe even doing a second show a month, but we'll see with that. Our goal right now is $100 a month. So we're pretty close to it. Just a couple more subscribers, guys.
Awesome.
And we can get there.
Good, good. I didn't know that. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Polemically blunt Omnidog. God bless. I love that name. Mouth harp. One of these days, I'm just gonna end up buying a freaking mouth harp just for the hell of it, and I can duet with Omnidog on Mondays. How about that? So, lots of topics in the agenda, but I wanted to concentrate on 3 main things. Let's just get it out of the way because it's kind of obligatory. We've been talking about it for the past few weeks. Another episode of What If, Marvel's What If, specifically episode 6 aired today. What if Killmonger rescued Tony Stark? Did you watch this episode?
I have not watched this episode. To be honest, I'm kind of getting tired on the whole what if thing. Most of them have just ended really dark. I'm being honest. I'm already getting tired of it because most of them have just ended so dark, and I'm in a place right now where I just don't need that negative energy in my life.
Yeah, I know. I feel you.
Yeah. That's kind of why I look forward to Ted Lasso every Friday, because it's like, oh, some positivity and actually a pretty uplifting show. So how was it?
Not one of the best episodes, in my honest opinion, but not one of the worst. I think the standard is still episode 1 is the worst of the show so far. It's essentially a mishmash of the original Iron Man movie and the Black Panther movie. So instead of, without spoiling anything, the story starts out in Afghanistan, and Tony gets saved by Killmonger. He defeats the 10 rings and all that stuff, and essentially Tony promotes him to like the head CCO or whatever it's called, one of those positions from the company. And they expose Obadiah Stane that he was the one that set up the assassination, like in the original movie. And from there, everything just splits up completely, and you get essentially Killmonger's story from Black Panther just a little bit more uh, Machiavellian in nature, where he's twisting and turning and uh, putting everybody on edge by faking things that are happening throughout the story and
Hmm.
setting up a fight between Stark Industries. Eventually, the two of them partner up and they want to start building. Instead of an Iron Man suit, they want to build like a mecha suit. Because
Hmm.
that actually was a pretty funny Easter egg where Tony's like, "This is like a model kit Gundam thing," and Killmonger replies, "Yeah, sue me. I like anime," which is true to
Yeah.
Michael B. Jordan. He's a huge anime fan, so I like that. Uh, they built this mecha, which actually reminded me of the Palabor robots, which look, or not Palabor, more like
Mhm.
Appleseed type robots, which look really cool. And they need some vibranium to make it work, so that's how
Mhm.
Black Panther comes into the mix, and he pits the Stark ensemble against the Wakanda, and all hell breaks loose eventually. I
Hmm.
thought it's a very, it's a kind of a boring premise, to be honest,
Yeah.
but um, I thought the resolution was interesting in how you weaved two characters together that otherwise would have not met if you follow the timeline of the MCU. The animations at times really bothersome. I don't like saying this for anything, but I kind of hate it at this point.
Hmm.
Still shots look great. The poster for this looks awesome, and there are certain shots in the actual episode that look really good. There's a fight in Wakanda that is beautifully animated, and I thought they
Hmm.
really did a good job. But for the rest of the episodes, for I'm going to say 20 or 17 or 18 minutes of a 30-minute episode, sorry,
Hmm.
it's just really wonky and kind of ugly looking to me, especially
Hmm.
Tony Stark. His character model is very uh, not that great, to be
Yeah.
honest. And I'm just really tired of the animation. Sometimes they knock it out of the park. The zombies one really worked. The Doctor Strange I thought looked really cool. I think some of the episodes are done by different teams, but they all try to emulate each other in the same art style,
Okay.
which fine or whatever. But for this one, I don't know. I just thought it was kind of meh-tastic.
Hmm.
And at the end, they leave you with another epic teaser cliffhanger that will never get resolved because I doubt they'll explore this world again. But yeah, it's fun. It's another disposable what if episode, to be honest.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
did
So
like Killmonger's performance. Michael B. Jordan once again did a wonderful job.
yeah. Well, I mean, you would expect that because Michael B. Jordan. I think he's working on anime and stuff like that. I think he's got a few things in production,
I think so.
or
Yeah,
he has one out, something like that, and he's a voice actor and some of that stuff. So
I
you would
know.
expect him, huh?
No, no, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's fine. So you would expect him to at least understand the concept of voice acting and stuff like that because
Mhm.
he is very much a huge otaku. Like
Yeah.
the guy loves anime.
Do you remember the Easter egg from the Black Panther movie where his costume resembled the Saiyans?
Yep,
If you
his
watch, if you
yeah.
watch the What If episode, it's even it's clearer in the brightness. So you really do see the Saiyan Vegeta outfit. I'm like, ah, nice, cool. That's pretty good looking.
Yeah, for those of you that don't know, in Black Panther, Killmonger's armor, I think it's pretty early on. His armor resembles the Saiyan armor from Dragon Ball. I'm
Yep.
kind of fun. It's kind of funny you bring that up. Why was so? Can you explain to me why Kamehameha was trending the other day on Twitter? Oh, and it was related to reincarnated by a slime.
Oh, because the I haven't kept up with the show, but one of the characters started doing moves from famous fighting shonen, and he did a
Okay.
Kamehameha style wave.
Okay. Is that common in that one?
Not that I'm aware of, but there
Okay.
are some comedic elements. So I don't know.
Okay.
I haven't been watching the show because I'm collecting the manga, so I'm reading it that route, and I've just
Oh, okay.
uh, have so many other stuff to get through that I've been neglecting my love for slime.
Okay. All right. All right. Yeah, no, I'm in agreement with you though. The animation to me is just I don't know. I think you're pretty spot. I think you might be pretty spot on that different studios probably handle different aspects of it. Like that looks great, and that's clear as day. That's Vegeta's armor. You could see it.
Yeah.
Um, but it's choppy. I think choppy is probably the best way to describe it. I don't know if it's just the style that they're going for. Sometimes it looks great. Sometimes it's more fluid. And
Yeah.
I'm kind of wondering what the budget is on something like this because it's it happens even in anime where you get
Hmm.
episodes that you could tell the budget got cut for this episode and they're saving it for something bigger down the line where they have to work
Yeah.
a little bit harder.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of wondering if that's what's going on here.
That's especially if it's based on a Shonen Jump property where you're gonna get 100 plus episodes. Not every episode's gonna be top tier material, obviously, because you're working on a budget and you save the higher budget stuff for like the key famous scenes.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, kind of lazy. So it's good when we get anime, and we're sort of deviating here. It's good when we get anime where it's only 12 episodes or a solid 20 or 26, and the animation's solid 95% of the time. That's when you know you got a winner. But for this show, I don't know, man. I mean,
Yeah.
like in this episode, like I mentioned, there's a fight in Wakanda against the mecha suits, and that's fine. The when all the soldiers and whatnot start fighting, that looks really cool and it's very fluid. But when I see all that stuff with Tony talking to Killmonger, it's just
Mm-hmm.
so lame. I don't
Yeah.
like it. I'm just watching it so I can review it for you guys. It's not something that I'm looking forward to be honest. The only episode I was really looking forward to was the zombies episode. So other
Yeah.
than that, I'm like, I'll just keep watching for the hell of it.
Do you think we will get a season 2 out of this? I'm gonna say no.
Maybe, because I mean, it's an in production, it's an in-house thing. I think
Mm.
Disney, I don't know, they're doing a lot of merchandise. I just saw hot toys for Captain Carter or for Peggy, Captain Britain, or whatever her name is. So it has its fan base. A lot of people like it, but then again, a lot of people just like anything Marvel Universe. So whatever.
That's true.
Let me show you a still from from the episode.
Okay.
That's all I got. I can't show you an actual video, but I don't know. I don't like these character models.
He
To be
looks
honest,
okay. He looks
it,
okay.
sometimes it feels like I'm playing a PC Steam game watching this. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I'm probably being harsh. Somebody's gonna comment like, "Oh, blah, blah, blah." It's just my opinion, guys.
Well, the cell shaded look for me is hit and miss. It depends on the property and how they use it. I
Yeah,
think for me, an example of it used well is Borderlands 2. I don't know if you ever got a chance to play Borderlands 2.
I played
Um,
the first one.
okay, so you know what the animation looks like. I
Mhm.
think that works really well for what they're going for.
Yeah,
I didn't care for Borderlands 3. Here I'm just not. I'm honestly just not. I know we talked about this about a week ago or 2 weeks ago. I'm not a fan of this cell shaded look for the most part in what they're doing. I would have liked to. I would have liked for them to have done more of a traditional. See, that looks good. I think that looks pretty good. I
yeah.
would
It
have
goes back
liked.
and forth. There are
Yeah,
moments where it does look good because there's still frames of these
yeah,
characters just talking, but sometimes it just I don't know. I don't like the animators for this show.
yeah. Oh, it has been renewed for season 2. Okay.
Damn it, James! Don't give me that. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'll watch it because who knows? Maybe by then we'll get Inhuman stuff. I'm not. I don't know because
Yeah,
Miss
yeah.
Marvel will debut, so maybe they change a few things. Who knows?
But so my gripe so far with this has been every single episode seems to end with everybody's fucked. Like there's no hope. It has been. No, it really
Yeah,
has been.
I think because the idea is like the main Marvel timeline is like the sacred one, so everything else is just messed up according to the Watcher.
Yeah, it's good God, man. I go into this watching. Well, how is everything in this going to be fucked up at the end?
Yeah.
I don't have any real hope for it turning around or the good guys winning or anything like that. And I get that, but a lot of these what if stories and Elseworld stories, these turned out all right. And I'm not somebody that's like, oh, everything has to be sunshine and roses towards the end. I mean, for the love of God, one of my favorite books is Preacher.
Hmm.
But Jesus, man, it's almost predictable, and that's kind of what I don't like about it. So I actually was really looking forward to this episode, and hearing that it's kind of a mid-tier episode is disappointing, simply because Killmonger is my favorite MCU villain.
I recommend watching it just for him,
Okay.
honestly, because
Okay.
it's pretty fun to see how he twists his narrative to essentially complete the goal from the Black Panther movie in a
Mm,
different way.
okay.
Because he pits the Stark Industries against Wakanda by doing some shady stuff and portraying himself as the savior for both sides. So
Okay.
for that, I thought it was pretty clever. It's just the animation, man. It takes me out of the whole experience.
Okay. That's fair. That's
Also,
totally fair.
watch this screenshot of Tony. It's hilarious. Uh, yeah, I don't know what happened, man. I think this Iron Man looks like Great Value Iron Man or something. I'm not feeling the RDJ look here.
Wow. Hey, it's not as bad as Party City Avengers from that game.
From the video game, yeah, I know. You're right.
That is terrible.
Next Imaginon says, I think there will be at least several more seasons since it's a relatively inexpensive way of maintaining brand relevancy and awareness for retired MCU actors and lesser characters. That's true. Happy Hogan's in this episode. I'm like, oh, John Favreau. He went in to record like 3 lines for the show. Damn it.
Hey man, Favreau is carrying the Star Wars universe. Him and Dave Filoni are the ones holding that universe together.
Oh,
So
yeah. And for MIA actors' characters and for stimulating and engaging ongoing audience interest in characters that aren't part of the current marquee slate. Yeah, that's all true. I agree with you. Next Imaginon. I hope for next season they can expand the stories, not just one episode. Do a
mm,
3 episode arc on a what if story. Don't just tease me with a potential cool timeline like the Star Lord
yeah,
episode and just leave it like that. I would have rather have like a 3-parter story and really flesh out that timeline. But
yeah, yeah. Because eventually it's gonna get tough to keep coming up with these concepts. But if you are able to come up with a good one and you space it out, like the zombie one, they probably could have stretched that out two or three episodes if they wanted to. Space it out a little bit more, introduce different concepts, different characters, and stuff like that.
yeah,
So I'm with you. I think if they flesh it out a lot more, give more arcs, it'll help the series out a lot. But there's no saving the animation for me. There just isn't. I really don't like this animation. I just don't like this style.
and I mean it's a Disney show, Disney animation. That's like me going to Warner Brothers and getting like a crappy Batman looking cartoon, and you're like, it's Warner Brothers. They've got really good animators. Even if they outsource to Korean animators or whatever, that's neither here nor there. But still, it's Disney. You would think they would animate the hell out of this show.
Yeah, yeah.
Not so much.
I
Um,
I
and
kind
man, I agree with you. Great value products are great.
of I kind of honestly wish they did what they're doing with the Star Wars show that they're putting out, where they outsource it to different studios. And
Yeah,
what is your vision of Star Wars? Because some of the stuff that we've seen early on in the trailers and things like that looks fucking awesome. I am
yeah.
so excited for that
Every
show.
single one of those styles, I'm in. Especially Studio Trigger's
Hmm.
Jedi story or Sith story, whatever. I that is that airing this year?
Yes, I think it's soon, isn't it?
Well, that's going to be my favorite TV show then. Stateside,
Yeah.
not excluding anime. I think that's going to be my favorite. Okay, let me get this dude out of the way. Get out of here. Okay.
Did I tell you? I told you I saw Shang-Chi.
Oh, you did. All
Yes.
right. Well, that is great. You can give us your spoiler-free review on it for everybody watching.
Yeah, no, I won't take up too much time, so I'll be pretty quick. I really love this. I thought this was a lot of fun. It's Man, it's so hard. We probably should do an updated episode one day where we rank the MCU stuff. I know we did it a few years ago. I think
Oh,
if you,
everybody loved it.
oh, I'm sure they did.
Yeah, but
Um,
times change. I'm pretty sure they'll dig it.
uh, yeah, it's so I really love the first. I'm gonna say the first hour of this. The
Okay.
first hour of this is straight up just a Jackie Chan martial arts film. And I was like, this is fucking awesome. This is exactly what I wanted. The choreography is great. The story is great. You're introduced to Shang-Chi. You're introduced to, I forgot the character's name, but Aquafina's character. You're
Yeah,
introduced to her. They flesh out his backstory. Tony Leon is fucking awesome in this movie. He's the reason to watch this thing.
that's what I've heard. Yeah.
Yeah, he plays Shang's father in the film. Uh, the Mandarin, the Ten Rings, all that other stuff. He is the main reason to watch this because he crushes absolutely every fucking scene that dude is in. He, it's clear as day that he understood what the assignment was and he straight up went for it. He isn't phoning this in. He plays somebody that is very intimidating, but at the same time, he's like Killmonger, a villain that you understand what his motivation is and why he's doing the things that he's doing. And I think it's after that first hour for me that they start diving more into the super heroic stuff and then the mysticism stuff. And the trailers don't show you even half of what this film actually is. In the second half of the film, they go into more of the mysticism and into the culture, the Asian culture, and they incorporate that. I'm trying to be very vague here because I know there's
Hmm.
people that still haven't seen it, including Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet.
Right. And it's in that where it started to lose me because it's like they pumped the brakes for about an hour. And towards the end of that film is where I started going, okay, you're really starting to lose me right now. My daughter fell asleep. Like she passed the fuck out during this part. Um, you're starting to lose me. I hope you bring it back. And they
Yeah.
do. The third act of this and the final, I would say about 20 minutes, because this one's long, is great. It's so fucking worth going through that hour of where they're trying to establish and world build some things, but they pump the brakes too much.
Yeah.
I just wish, I think pacing wise, I think this could have been a lot better for me. This is just my opinion. Pacing wise, I think it really front loads a lot of the good stuff and then it just loses it for a while. But like I said, the final confrontation is amazing. The final fight is fantastic. I got Falcor vibes from Neverending Story and I fucking love that. Um,
Oh, I
but
think I know what you mean. Yeah. From the
it's,
toys and stuff. I think I have an idea in my head what you're talking
yeah.
about.
Yeah. It's so fucking good. Honestly, it's probably top 10. It doesn't crack my 5 for the MCU. And I think this is going to be one where upon revisit, I'm going to love it even more. So that's kind of the nuts and bolts of it. I think Shang-Chi is great. I think we've got a serious contender, and I hope they bring back Tony Leung in some way because next to Killmonger, I think he might be my favorite villain that they've had.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Question. Speaking
Shoot.
of Marvel Universe, Marvel Cinematic Universe, are you still collecting the Blu-rays for the MCU?
No, not right now, simply because we've got a wedding that we're planning in a few
No, but
months. And
eventually, like, you'll continue.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
I bring this up because I do not like the fact that some of the MCU properties you will not be able to own in physical media.
Is that true? Have they said that?
Because you're not going to get a Blu-ray out of WandaVision. They want you to subscribe to Disney Plus.
Oh, okay.
So I stopped with Phase 3. So it annoys me because Shang-Chi is something that I would really love to own, but I'm like,
Mhm.
man, it's not going to be a complete set of Marvel Universe. I mean, Loki and WandaVision, I don't care about Captain America and Winter Soldier, whatever. But those two I really want to own. I don't think I don't think we're going to get 4K Blu-rays out of that. I mean, who knows? Maybe.
I think you might be right, simply because I think Disney is focusing a lot on their subscription service because they want people to subscribe to Disney Plus. They want people to kind of have that monthly income going right into their pockets. And I honestly can't blame them. I think it's disappointing that I would personally love to have a WandaVision 4K set with like all the behind the scenes, and you get interviews and you get commentary and stuff like that. I think that'd be great. But the way physical media is going, I just don't see it, man.
Yeah.
I really don't.
Here's a comment from NFL Dude. I felt the writers were told to do the info dump, which changed how the second act was executed.
Yeah, no, I actually agree with him on that. Like I said, I want to say the first hour is completely front loaded. It's action, 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 and they bounce around a lot, and it's great stuff. It's beautifully choreographed stuff. They incorporate so many different styles of martial arts in this. There's the wire kung fu stuff that you see in Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. There's some of the stuff that you would see in The Raid. There's some of the stuff that you would see in the Jackie Chan movies from the 90s and the 80s. So it's actually really impressive what they do in that first hour. And there are genuine moments of beauty. There's especially a scene early on where Shang, it's pronounced Shang. I apologize. Shang-Chi's father meets his mother, and the choreography in it is absolutely gorgeous. And it just hits the brakes so fucking hard for that second act that it honestly feels like they didn't know how to pace it right. They didn't know we should probably put a little bit of stuff here, move stuff around, shift things around in here story-wise, and then spread this out a little bit more.
Yeah.
Because for a huge chunk of that second hour, it's fun. The stuff that they do is a lot of fun. They do a lot of it's all world building that second hour, which is great. It's a full hour of just almost nothing but world building, and it almost feels like a studio mandate where the studio said, you have to incorporate all this stuff.
Yeah.
So, it pays off. The ending totally pays off for it. I love the ending of this film. I thought it was absolutely a blast, and that's why you come and see it.
Nice.
But those cameos, by the way, that the Wong stuff and everything that's already been shown, there's almost no context for it. It just happens. It's random as fuck.
Just deal with it.
Yeah, it's just there. I'm like, what the fuck? Okay, all right.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting. I have not seen it. I'll wait for the Disney Plus, which I heard it was late October.
Yeah,
I can wait. I've got so much stuff to watch. I'm not in a hurry, but that's great.
Geo, Star Wars Visions is starting next week, man.
September 22. What?
It's next week,
bro. Wednesday. What's gonna happen to What If? How will I survive not watching that? Oh no. Let me take Shang-Chi out of the thing here. Bad Jesus, thank you for joining. Yo, what's good, Omnibros? Damn it. The movie was great. Ben Kingsley and Morris were epic for me. Nice. Did I miss any other comments here? Oh, I like this. This is from the What If. Sazmurf says, maybe in season 2 we'll get a What If Namor could talk to fish. I think Namor's a little bit too much of a douchebag to talk to fish, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, Aquaman is regal, nice, a humble person, but he can also kick your butt. You can see the difference between the two characters. Anyways.
Namor is the guy that'll steal your girl. He's done it with Mr. Fantastic.
And we'll start a freaking civil war over pettiness. So we moved that out of the way. How about we talk for a little bit about Why the Last Man? Did you watch the first 3 episodes?
I did. Did you?
Yes, I did. I am absolutely in love with this show, and it saddens me that it doesn't have the hype that it deserves, especially online. It's sort of like nobody's talking about it.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a one and done season, to be honest.
I that pains me so much because I think for the most part the show has serviceable pacing because
Mhm.
the story merits it being a slow burn. And I like that they're taking story beats from the early issues of the comic. I was going to say manga from
Yeah.
the comic, and stretching that out a little bit and letting it breathe, and not necessarily going like everybody died. Let's move on to this. Now we move on to that other thing. Like the whole freaking first episode plays out like a prequel to
Yeah.
the event, to the start of the comic, and I really enjoyed it. At times, it was a little bit too chatty, but then again, it's kind of a chatty comic at the beginning. I think. What do you think?
Okay, so I love the pilot of this.
Yeah.
Absolutely loved it. I think they nailed it spot fucking on. The pilot is basically just the first episode with the first episode, excuse me. The first issue
Yeah.
with a few things added into it, such as character moments. They changed some things around. I love what they did with Yorick's sister, especially what happens in the ambulance. That caught me genuinely off guard.
Mm-hmm.
But production, they put money into this because that pilot, they must have sunk some cash into this.
Yeah.
It's the second and third episode where I just did not care for this. I'm kind of in the opposite camp of you. I think that the pacing of this is almost glacial, and it really is for me. For me, the pacing of this is
Yeah.
almost glacial, and I'm watching this going, did you guys blow all your money on that first episode? Because the second and third episode is mostly people talking in rooms, talking about what's happened, and they're setting up a whole bunch of stuff that I'm hoping
Mm-hmm.
pays off along the way later on, and introducing characters that weren't in the comic book. But god damn, can we move the story along? And it comes back to the thing of, yes, Why the Last Man was extremely dark. There are moments in it where they are super dark, but there was also a hint of a bit of fun to it, I think. There was a
Yeah.
hint of exploration, and we're going to go and we're going to explore different things. We're going to try to find a cure, and we're going to different countries.
Mm-hmm.
And you get to that third episode, and that seems to be where they're heading after that third episode. So
Yeah.
I'm hoping it picks up after that. So far, the first three episodes are just grim as hell, which I get. I get it. Um, but they need to pick up the pace on that, man. Because you want me to be completely honest, I fell asleep on the third episode. I nodded the fuck off on that third episode.
I didn't super mind it, but what worries me is that same fact that it's slow, and a lot of people want a quicker story, and if it doesn't gain enough traction, I fear that it won't get picked up for a second season. I appreciate the super slow burn of the story, but yeah, that's what I'm worried about. Um,
I think
James
this.
says, if Why the Last Man was on Netflix, I think it could be a huge hit. Hulu is a hit and miss
Mhm.
for many series.
No, I agree. I'm. It saddens me to say this because I absolutely love Why. I adore that series. I think it's amazing. But I honestly think
Yeah.
this is going to be a one and done. There's no hype surrounding it online. They've marketed this terribly. I didn't even know why The Last Man was premiering this week until about a few days ago. And I didn't even know they had the first three episodes up. I thought it was just going to be a weekly thing.
Yeah.
This thing is set out to die, dude. I don't see them. If we get a second season, I think that'll be it. I think at most we'll get two seasons out of this.
This show is set, the first season will have 7 episodes, I think.
Okay.
Um, I think maybe a good stopping point for the first season would be without revealing anything, the space stuff. If you remember what I'm talking about,
Yeah.
I think that would be a fun point to end the season on.
Yeah, I agree. I
Uh,
like that.
but like you said, it needs a little bit more humor. I agree with that, and hopefully it will get that now that we're going on the travel portion of the story.
Yeah.
Because we do see a little bit of that as the third episode progresses. especially with Agent 355 and her interaction. So hopefully it goes that route.
Yeah, I think the characters are spot on too. 355, they nailed it. Yorick, they nailed it. They're
I
great.
think they look like their comic book counterparts really well, in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah, 355 is almost spot on
Yeah.
to what she looks like in the comic book. So
Mhm.
I don't have any complaints there. I think that they've struck that balance really well with Yorick, where he's a little bit of annoying and he's kind of a bit of an asshole at the same time, but he's kind of likable also.
Yeah.
And 355 just nailed it. Absolutely 100% nailed it. Nailed the mom, nailed the characters of the sister.
I think she's going to carry the show, honestly.
355?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do too. Yeah, yeah. I think so too.
NFL dude says everything I've seen on Twitter are people complaining about Yorick. It's not surprising at all. I hope the series does well because this is why Saga went on hiatus. Is it really? Well, BKV is working on it as a producer, right? So, executive producer, yeah. So maybe.
Yeah, so I mean, we'll see, man. We'll see, but I'm going into it. My fiance loves it. She's enjoying it a lot. She doesn't have any context for the comics and doesn't know what's going to happen, but
Mhm. I do like Ampersand. He's cute as hell, though. And I'm not a big fan of monkeys, except Donkey Kong.
They did an amazing job with that CGI with him.
Yeah, it's a nice blend. Sometimes he looks CG. It's a CG monkey. I'm like, kind of looks real, and then it's the other way around.
Yeah.
I do like that they mixed a little bit of what's happening in today's political climate into the story, and the political ramifications of the president dying and all that stuff. And you even had some vaccine topics. I'm like, okay, let's go. Also, the inclusion of transgender characters is really interesting. This is something that the comic did not touch upon that much back in the day. So I'm really happy they're doing it because it would make sense that certain characters would survive.
Absolutely. Yeah. They change things where they have to change things and they add things where they have to add things. And nothing that they've changed so far feels like it was just thrown in there. It feels like everything has a reason, everything has a purpose. I love the fact that they address pretty early on, well, you're the president of the United States and your son is the one that survived the apocalypse. That's kind of fucking fishy. Like, what the fuck is going on there? I like that because I never even thought of that. I was like, wow, oh yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah. And they're like, can you imagine the people if they find out? I'm like, I don't have to imagine because you have people today, and let's be real and honest with everybody, fighting over a damn mask.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if that would happen in real life and the president's son is still alive? The chaos that would ensue.
Yeah. I mean, on the plus side, Alex Jones wouldn't be around, so that's always a good thing. So maybe it's not a total loss.
We wouldn't be around. So in that universe, we're all gone. But the scene where it happens, that was really well done in the first episode when everybody's dropping dead.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh man, you realize the pain of that moment. Like this is like the true apocalypse happening.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, looking forward to the next episode. I think it's next week or this week. I'm not too sure. Whenever Hulu says notifies me, that's when I'll watch it. But keep in mind, this is a TV show. It's not a Hulu thing. It's an FX series. So hopefully people are watching on FX and boosting the ratings for the show.
Is this an FX thing or is this FX on Hulu?
Sorry, FX on Hulu. My bad.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
So that's why it has the breaks in between, and it's not. It's mostly TVMA, but it's mostly for language and violence.
Okay.
So I don't know. Hopefully, it does. Oh, it's going to be 10 episodes. I'm reading it here. Season 1, 10 episodes.
Okay, that sounds about right.
Yeah, fingers crossed it does well, and it picks up the pace. We'll be back next week to talk about the follow-up, I guess.
Hey, maybe it picks up. Maybe it catches a following. We said the same thing about Invincible when it first aired. We were like, I don't know how this is gonna do because Invincible when it first aired, I don't think a lot of people were on that train early on.
It was as soon as people started talking about the event at the end,
Yeah,
that's when it snowballed into like, oh my god, this is amazing. I even had to tell people on Twitter like, it's based on a comic. You should read the comic if you
right.
like the show, and you can continue the story because we're not going to get a season 2 this year or next. I don't know when the season will air, but yeah.
Mhm.
Speaking of comic books, got another little topic here for you guys, which I thought was pretty cool. I read it from a different website. I just pulled this one up as we were getting ready for the show. Essentially, Scott Snyder's on a roll. He's doing the Substack thing
Mhm.
where he's teaching people. That's great. And he also has the Comixology Originals line of titles, and you can see 3 of them here. I'm not sure if he's going to work on more because I would think 3 is enough for one writer. But yeah, let's see if there we go. So we're getting Clear. Let's talk a little bit about Clear here. It is written by Scott Snyder with art and colors by Francis Manapul, a sci-fi mystery thrill ride into a strange dystopian future where a neurological internet connection is transforming reality.
Hmm. Okay.
What do you think? Oh, I can't open the link. All right. What do you think of this little teaser here for Clear? I think it's gonna rock based on the art alone.
Yeah, is that the who's the one? Is that Menopause? Is that the one on that?
Francis Manapul and well, Snyder's on all 3. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. No, I think the art. Well, I mean, one thing's for sure, the art is gonna be fucking great because
Yep.
Manopause can draw his ass off. I'm personally looking forward to all 3 of these projects. Honestly, I fell off the Snyder bandwagon a bit ago, but it seems like the man has been really starting to come back and start to churn out some A plus work. So I better
Mhm.
jump back on it. I've read nothing of Metal. I haven't read his the series he's got an Image right now. I forgot the name of it. Something Country.
The about the U.S. and whatever.
Yeah, I think it's Undiscovered Country or something
I
along those
think so.
lines.
Yeah.
I haven't read that, but the art team that he's amassed here is fucking ace.
Yeah.
These are 3 banger artists that they are at the top of their game right now.
We have Demons is written by Scott Snyder with art by Greg Capullo and Jonathan Glapion, colors by Dave McCaig. The conflict between good and evil is about to come to a head when a teenage hero embarks on a journey that unveils a secret society, monsters, and mayhem. Sign me up. This is my
Yeah,
jam. I love this.
yeah.
We have Demons, and the other one is Night of the Ghoul, which again, it's going to be my. I think that's going to be my favorite. A dazzling work of horror intercutting between the present day narrative and the story of a lost horror film. Snyder with art and colors by Francesco Francavilla.
Yeah, that again, easy pickups. I think these are going to be great reads. Will we get collected editions of them because they're Comixology originals? I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, I will be checking them out, but I agree. I don't think we're going to see
Yeah.
a trade anytime soon. Comicsology. Let me see if I can find. Is there a quote on this article?
I'm kind of curious how much Comixology paid Snyder to keep these away from Image because the Snyder himself is still a name that draws people in,
Mm-hmm.
but
Oh yeah,
these are artists that are really well known and respected not only in their medium but outside of their medium.
yeah.
For Comixology to get Capullo alone to do a standalone book just with Comixology, he's not doing DC, he's not doing Image or anything like that. I'm kind of wondering how much they had to pony up for all 3 of those guys.
It says here the first titles arrive this October. Additional details on exactly how the Comixology Originals Best Jacket Press titles will be digitally released will be announced closer to release. And yeah, you can get the thingamajig. Now that they updated I think it updated where it works better with Amazon or they
Mhm.
integrated the app better or something like that. I don't know. Looking forward to it. Yeah. Yep. see. I think there's some info on the deal itself, but I can't find it. Hmm. Oh, there's also another one. How many books is he writing? Jesus, I skipped over all of this. Damn it. All right, look. Barnstormers, written by Scott Snyder, with art by Tula Lotte, and colors by Tula Lotte. I hope I said that right. And D. Kanifi? Uh, that's a weird last name. Sorry, dude. A high flying adventure romance set just after the First World War. You also have The Book of Evil, of course, a Snyder and Jock team up. That's great. A prose story about four young friends growing up in a strange near future where over 90% of the population are born as psychopaths. Isn't that wholesome?
That sounds great.
The other one is Canary by Snyder and Dan Panosian. It's 1891, and a mine collapses into itself. Find out what the dark substance found 660 feet underground is in this horror western. Oh, I like that. Clear Duck and Cover, a manga influenced teen adventure set in this strange post apocalyptic America of 1955. In conjunction with blah blah blah. This is art by Rafael Albuquerque. And Dudley Datsun and the Forever Machine, written by Snyder with art by Jamal Igle, and Juan Castro. A rollicking adventure story about a boy, his dog, and a machine that controls time and space. What could go wrong?
Yeah.
Dude is writing all of this. I don't understand how. Damn. Okay.
I have to wonder if his contract may be coming up on DC and he's just gonna walk away.
You think so?
I mean, we've seen Brubaker do it. We've seen different writers say, "Yeah, I'm gonna take a break, or I'm just not gonna do any of this stuff." That is a shit ton of stuff to be on a month, dude. That is a lot to write a single month. What is he doing right now at DC? Does he have anything?
I think he finished, right? Because he was doing the Justice League and the DC Metal stuff, and that's over.
Yeah. So I'm kind of wondering if he's either going to be taking a break from that stuff or if he's just stepping away entirely, and maybe he's making more money doing this. We saw what happened with Brubaker as far as that whole situation in terms of finances, and he's also got his Substack stuff that he's got going on right now. So it honestly wouldn't surprise me if Snyder is just deciding, you know what, I'm going to cash out my name right now for a little bit.
Yeah. Here's the cover for Barnstormers. I'm all in for this. I love this cover. I hope the actual series looks like this.
Same.
This is Book of Evil. Let me zoom out a little bit. Sorry. Oh, I could have just done that. All right. Oh my gosh. Sorry. Wait, let me zoom out. I don't know what I'm doing. All right, let's go. You saw Clear. Here's Canary.
Wow.
That looks fun. It's a Western with possibly Satan. All right.
Yeah, sign me up for that. I'm in on that.
Clear, definitely going to read that. That's my jam. Duck and Cover. I love Albuquerque. His art is amazing, so I will definitely check this out. This Dudley Datsun. This looks like a mishmash of manga and Hanna-Barbera to me.
Yeah.
Especially with the name and the dog and all that stuff. I'll read everything. All right. And here's Night of the Ghoul again, and we have demons. Oh, there's a teaser trailer. Can I watch this without getting demonetized?
I mean, I wouldn't see the problem.
Okay. We have demons, Snyder Capullo. Oh, so it's just the title cards or the Canary. Yeah, I'm psyched. I'll read it.
Yeah, this is going to be the most Snyder I've read in a few years, so good for him, man.
A whole month of Snyder. Let's go.
Shit, man. Good for him. No, for real, good for him. I'm happy for him.
Forever Machine. Scott Tover. That's essentially what it is.
It really is. It really is. So cash
Um,
out, man. Cash out while you can. You might as well, right?
yep.
That's the
Um,
goal.
oh, we also have this. I'm gonna look for these covers to get your impressions on them.
Yeah.
Batgirls and One Star Squadron. We can wrap up with that.
Yeah, no
Here's a
problem.
question from Next Imaginaut. If
Oh.
you want to tackle that, that's a heavy subject.
That is a very heavy subject. Let me see what's going on here. Okay. Unrelatedly, since you in particular have been in my thoughts over the past month. Hey, man, thanks. Over the past month, regarding these developments, and of course, only if you're up to discussing them, how are you and the Florida Teachers Union handling the recent spate of Miami-Dade teachers' COVID deaths and exploding student infection rates in the coming months or for the rest of the school year, dude? One day at a time. That's really all we're doing is one day at a time right now. It's been kind of a mess. I will say that I'm not at liberty to discuss too much, but it's been kind of a fucking mess, to be honest with you. I mean, just every single day. To give you an example of what's going on, every single day, my kid goes to a different school that I don't work in, and I go to a middle school. She goes to an elementary school. Every single day we're getting a phone call about some kid getting COVID every day. It's almost like a clockwork. At 7 o'clock at night, we get an automated message. Hey, some kid's been exposed to COVID.
Damn.
Yeah. So I'm very blessed and I'm thankful that my kid hasn't gotten it yet. And I'm vaccinated, obviously. So, but that's what's going on, dude. That's what's going on. We got to work, and our governor is an idiot. So that's all I can say about that right now.
There you go.
Yep.
In lighter news, let me wrap up with this. DC announced 5 new series that hopefully don't get canceled. I doubt it because one of them is Batman related, and they love Batman. Here we have Batgirls by Becky Cloonan. This is something I'm surprised had not happened until now. You would think we would get a book with all 3 ladies, all 3 Batgirls, but it's finally happening.
Technically, another Batman book.
Yeah. Sexier though, because my girl Babs is in there, but whatever. Yeah. The other one is World of Krypton.
Cool.
By Venditti and Michael Oeming from Powers. It's going to be interesting. 6-issue series will follow several major Kryptonian figures and offer a new look at Jor-El's effort to save his planet as he notices something very wrong. I'm not going to like the ending of this. But I don't know. Not too interested, to be honest.
Let's get to the good stuff.
This is the good stuff.
Oh man, I can't wait for this.
Swamp Thing Green Hell. A dream lineup here. Jeff Lemire, Doug Mankey, David Barron. DC Black Label book on Swamp Thing. Finally, a non-Batman Black Label book.
Mm-hmm.
It says here. Swamp Thing Green Hell picks up on a world in which humanity is barely holding on, like today, and all the major natural forces seem to agree that it's time to wipe the Earth clean. Okay, that hold on, not today. To make that happen, the parliaments of the Green, the Red, and the Rot decide they need to summon a new avatar to basically unmake the world, and humanity's only hope might be the long-dead Alec Holland. Jeff Lemire doing whatever. Interesting.
Is Alec Holland dead again? Because I have not been keeping up with Swamp Thing.
I think it's for this universe thing, because Black Label's kind of the Elseworlds now.
Okay, cool.
Maybe I don't know. Somebody in the chat up to date with Swamp Thing, because I have no idea.
I'm all in, man. I mean, that's Jeff Lemire, Swamp Thing, Animal, whatever. If it involves the green, the red, the purple, the blue, the pink, I don't care. If Jeff Lemire's fucking writing it, I'm all in. And this is gonna be. When does this drop?
I don't know. I have no idea.
All right, so whenever that drops, it'll probably be book of the year.
Here we have a limited series, one of six. The first cover here is One Star Squadron, Superman level service at bizarre prices. This is by Mark
Wow.
Russell
Oh,
and
really?
Steve
This
Lieber.
is Russell?
Yep.
Oh man.
This 6-issue series follows Red Tornado's attempt to form a super team where heroism meets capitalism. Whether you need a superhero to show up for a birthday party or to save the world, just hit them up on their app and they're on the way. Given the track record of both these creators when it comes to blank comedy, yeah. But
Wow, that is Mark Russell to a T.
that's going to
Holy
be
shit.
potentially one of the best.
Oh man, I might have to retract my statement on that Swamp Thing book. This might be the best book
Yep.
of the
Yep. I
year.
love the idea for this.
I love just the balls that Russell has for some of the projects that he does, man. I don't think there's anybody in comics today that does biting satire as well as Mark Russell does right now. That dude is so fucking good at it, man.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
And here are the dates. One Star Squadron and World of Krypton both launch on December 7th.
Okay.
Batgirls on December 14th. Swamp Thing December 28th. Shadows of the Bat Pixar, whatever. I don't care about Batman. Swamp Thing December 28th and One Star Squadron December 7th. So pretty soon.
Damn, that's right around the Omnis. So I might be picking some of these up for choices for when we do the end of the year stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
Ah,
So
shit.
that's it. That's the little sneak peek at DC and what they got going on. Let's see, a couple questions here. We got 4 minutes left. Substack. There will be a lot of creators going there, or they do an Indiegogo, Kickstarter. A lot of people are going to that Substack thingamajig.
Mm-hmm. A lot.
Uh,
Did you saw the trailers, right? For Wolverine, the game, and Spider-Man
oh, the
2?
teaser. Yeah. We didn't talk about
Dude.
that. People were mentioning yesterday of our opinion on it. The Spider-Man 2 trailer got me all kinds of hyped up. Because there's the hint of potentially Craven. That's great, whatever. But I really wanted to see Venom, and I was super excited that we're getting Venom. I mean, we already knew that based on the first game, but nonetheless, I'm excited.
Yeah.
And the Wolverine caught everybody off guard. I wasn't expecting it. As soon as it said Insomniac, and you see Logan from the back, I'm like, is this a Wolverine game? And then, pops out the claws.
Insomniac has been that go-to studio for Sony so far, man. Think about all the stuff they pumped out. They're
carrying PlayStation 5 right now.
They are. No, they absolutely are.
Yeah.
They are the studio that's carrying that console right now. Think about, they put out the Spider-Man remaster. They put out the Miles Morales game. They put out
Ratchet and Clank.
Ratchet and Clank. Fucking crazy for a studio to put, and now they have 2 other games in development right now.
Yep.
Insane.
I need to pick up Miles, and I saw it for like $20 on online. I'm like, yeah, I'll do that. I'll play it for $20. Insomniac should have done the Avengers game, not Square Enix. My dude, let's just forget about Avengers and Square Enix and hand the Marvel Universe to Insomniac. Give me a Fantastic Four game or I don't know, something. I'm calling it. They're going to do the Marvel gaming universe. Calling it right now. They're going to build up to that because their relationship is solid with Marvel, Sony, and Insomniac.
Yeah, no, I think that's exactly where they're heading because they've already confirmed the Wolverine game is set in the same universe as the Spider-Man games.
Yeah.
So they're all connected. And apparently the Party City Avengers stuff is not in the same universe. That's their own thing. And the Guardians of the Galaxy game that they showed off is in the same.
That's a separate thing. Yeah.
That's a separate thing. So yeah,
a lot of people are hating on it. I'm excited for Guardians. Just, I don't know. It looks cool to me.
It's got potential. It definitely has potential. I would have loved to have seen something like a Bayonetta or a Devil May Cry with the Guardians of the Galaxy stuff, where you play a Star-Lord and you could do combos and stuff like that.
Especially if you could have gotten all of them involved in the gameplay, not just Star-Lord. Like I could see Gamora playing like a Devil May Cry type thing with her skills with the sword and all that stuff. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
And Drax with the daggers and whatnot. Square Enix shouldn't have made a studio known for single player games like make. Sorry, single player games make a light MMO. That's why Avengers wasn't working. I haven't even played it. It never appealed to me.
Hey man, how's the Twitch stuff going for you? Because you're doing video games on the weekends, right? You're playing.
I haven't started Twitch yet because I just have way too much on my hands, and I don't want to spread myself too thin with different platforms. I have an account, but I've just been posting gaming streams on YouTube.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I'm currently doing my first playthrough of Dragon Quest XI. I did the first stream 2 weeks ago. Maybe I'm pretty sure I'm going to do one this weekend, so look forward to that on my channel.
Okay, cool. And you're streaming it just directly to your YouTube channel?
Yeah.
Oh man, have you been enjoying it? Because I love Dragon Quest XI.
I've only played like an hour of it, and it was a lot of fun. I had already played the demo. I deleted the demo when I got the game last year, so now I'm doing a proper playthrough. Okay, but yeah. Speaking of playthroughs and comics and wonderful subjects that we like to talk about, you guys have to support our wonderful sponsor for, basically making this stream happen. And that is, of course, InStockTrades.com, where you can get your collected editions up to 50% off. And when I say collected editions, I'm talking omnibus, hardcover, trade paperbacks, absolutes, slipcases, box sets, whatever it may be, manga. If you want a collected edition, you got to go to InStockTrades.com. Up to 50% off. Loyalty discounts tack on an extra 2% to that. And hey, at the end of every month, we do a gift card giveaway for $50 open to international waters, courtesy of InStockTrades.com. Wonderful packaging, great customer service, all that jazz. Go to IST, support these wonderful folks that get our wonderful books. I saw some people complain Star-Lord didn't look like Pratt. That's why I love it, because they don't look like the movie counterparts. It's a mishmash of comic and movie style, but the character designs remind me of the Bendis stuff from Marvel now. And man, are we ever going to see the discount codes again? Yes. I don't have the date for it, but at some point they will most likely return. So stay tuned for that.
Yeah.
Here's the last question of the night, because we got to wrap this up. James, I know Lou loves horror movies. Have you watched *Malignant*?
I fucking hate that movie.
You didn't like it?
I fucking hated that movie.
A lot of people were singing praises for it. I'm not a horror guy, so I don't know.
Qué tremenda porquería. For all you Spanish speakers out there, qué tremenda mierda esa película, mano.
I read about the twist, and I thought it was so corny. And I'm like, no way. Are you really doing that?
I fucking hated that movie. I'm a huge James Wan fan. That dude is awesome. He puts out great stuff. I did not like that movie whatsoever.
I didn't see that coming.
Yeah, I did not like that movie whatsoever. Just no, nothing about it interesting. I didn't even understand what the fucking tone of the movie was, to be honest with. I guess they were going for like a 90s slasher stuff. It just not for me.
There you go.
I didn't care for it. I shut it off halfway. I was like, this is terrible. This is fucking horrible.
But did you finish You didn't finish the movie?
I read the fucking spoiler on the twist at the end. I was like, all right. Oh, okay. Okay. All right.
Yeah. Because supposedly, like, the last act is, like, super bloody and whatnot. I'm like, oh, well.
Yeah.
But the twist is super corny, guys. Come on. If you find out what it is, I'm like, this is some bad M. Night Shyamalan shit. Come on now. Oh, look at this. Cleveland Brown. Is it better than Hereditary?
I loved Hereditary. So, I mean, if you didn't like it, that's cool. Hereditary. Huh?
No, sorry. I was reading the last part of the comment.
No, you're good. Hereditary was probably my favorite film that year. You've seen Hereditary, right? No.
No,
Okay.
I don't need horror in my life right now, unless it's cosmic or like
Right.
creature stuff. Like
Right.
all the possessions and demonology and
Yeah.
paranormal stuff. I'm like, nah, I'm good. You can, everybody else can enjoy that. I'm good with my zombies and werewolves and all that stuff.
Yeah, you're a monster guy. You're more of
Yeah.
into that realm.
Alien movies,
Hmm.
werewolves, Frankensteins, mummies, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there you go, guys. That's it. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Thank you for supporting Omnibros on the Omnibus Collectors Network. We're going to be back tomorrow with a comic discussion topic, whatever. Jess is going to helm that one. And after that, we'll be back on Monday for hauls, previews, reads, all that fun stuff.
Yeah, man.
Lou, where can people find you on the internet?
You can find me at Comics Guide 101 on Twitter and Comics Guide 101 on YouTube. I have my review up for the Ed Gein book.
I saw that. Yep.
Yeah, thank you. So that went up sometime early this week. I don't even know what time is anymore, to be honest with you. I've lost track and concept of it. So yeah, check that out. And of course, subscribe, all that good stuff, guys. Thanks.
Nice. You can follow me on Awaken Geekdom, where I talk about anime, manga, and comics. I haven't posted in a while. I'm cooking up a special video. Just takes a while because I want it to be extra spicy, extra hot, and nice for you guys. So look forward to that. That's a week in geekdom. Subscribe if you can. Thank you, everybody. Thank you to the chat. You guys are awesome. Thank you for all the wonderful comments and questions. And I didn't address this because I forgot, but happy 5th anniversary to Omnibros.
Hey.
Yay.
Yeah, we turned 5 today.
5. We can start kindergarten. Yay. Okay, this one last comment from Next Imaginaut. Another genre film dropping this week theatrically in VOD that might be of interest. Reviews have been polarizing so far. Sion Sono's Prisoners of the Ghostland with Nick Cage.
Nick Cage, man. Well, he'll just take a check at this point. Nick Cage will be in your movie if you just pay him almost anything. So I'll check it out.
Probably.
I'll check it out. What was that was the one that was like Five Nights at Freddy's. There's Pig that I heard actually Pig is really fucking good.
Yeah.
And I need to watch that. So
he's done his catalog is weird. I'll just say that.
It really is. I love Mandy. Mandy was my shit. I fucking love that movie, but that was weird too.
And he did the Lovecraftian one, the Colors of Space or something.
He did do that. I didn't see that one.
I haven't seen that yet. There you go. All right. We'll talk more movie stuff next week and comics and all that fun stuff. Thank you to the sponsor. Thank you to everybody watching. Stay safe out there. God bless. Catch you guys on the next stream. Bye. Don't watch Malignant.